What's going on, myself and family? My whole potato army. How the heck y'all doing out there today? And welcome to another stream, everyone. Hopefully, everyone is doing well today. Everyone's had a good day at work and at home, relaxing, getting some food, and about to sit down and enjoy one of your favorite streamers. And I am glad you decided to choose my stream today. Today, guys, we're playing some more Genshin Impact. A lot of stuff has changed since the last time y'all have seen me stream on Genshin. I made some improvements to some characters. Um, and I've sort of changed my team up a little bit, not by much, but just a little bit. So, as you can already tell, Zhao has replaced Traveler. Fischl is on the number 2 slot. I'm working to replace Kaya eventually with one of these two, but their characters need stuff that I haven't exactly gotten into just yet. Oh, I can get this, no problem. Oh. Why was I waiting on her again? Was it because of her weapon? Yes, it was 100% because of her weapon. Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay. Yeah, it was 100% because of her weapon. I can probably still upgrade her, but it's mostly because of her weapon. I need to get that more weapon secured away. And her artifacts definitely need to be put into effect. But I've gotten... I'm working on her as well as a backup. No, can't get this yet. And then I've worked on her a little bit as well. But she still needs a lot of these, which are scattered around Mondstadt and the other town outside of Mondstadt. Oh, then there's this. This is something new. I actually might do this real quick just to see what this is about.
Hey, do you hear that? Sounds like someone's arguing over there. Let's go see what's happening.
After all these years, Senpai, I was hoping it would never come to settling this with real swords.
Real sword, as opposed to fake ones. Oh, auto. God dang it. I keep forgetting the auto
Cut
one.
out that weak-sounding nonsense. Come on, it's between you and me. There can be only one victor.
Can it be me?
Why are those two fighting on the road?
Someone else is here. Hey, get away from here, you two!
Yeah, we're disciples of the Kono Ito art, and are about to settle things with a duel. We don't want anyone getting in the way, especially outsiders like you who know nothing of the sword arts.
Whoa, come on now. You're the ones fighting in the middle of the road. And what do you mean, we know nothing of the sword arts? When it comes to wielding a sword, the traveler here is super strong.
Eh? So, you're just another person looking to steal our chance to compete. In that case, we'd better team up and deal with this outsider first.
Oh, fuck.
What say you, Senpai?
Sounds like a plan to me.
Oh, fuck. Am I actually Traveler? Nope.
What's up with these guys? Oh, now they're suddenly charging at us. Ah, watch out!
This single chance belongs to the Kono Ito art.
Allow me. I need to. It's like train hard.
Yeah, he's so much more stronger.
You finally got them to stop. Hey, you two! This is all just a big
thought this would be our chance to show the power of the Kono Ito art to the world.
No need to say any more. What happened? Master, as for this entry ticket, I'm afraid that no matter which of us use it...
Wait, what are you two mumbling about? You guys were at each other's throats just—
I'm sorry for the misunderstanding. We're disciples of the Kono Ito art.
Got that.
Just now, we were about to duel to see who would enter the Warrior Spirit sword fighting exhibition. This competition is very important to any practitioner of the sword arts, and since we rarely see anyone pass through here, we mistook you for a competitor trying to... just a moment, please. If it wasn't for you...
Right. Our fight just now was a real eye-opener. I know now that I must further cultivate both my mind and... Senpai, I have an idea. Why don't we give the entry ticket to him?
No! Don't want it.
Fine by me. Only a real swordsman is qualified to stand in the Warrior Spirit arena.
Don't want
We
it.
still require more training.
Wait. You mean you want the Traveler to compete instead of you?
It's up to you if you want to join. Either way, this entry ticket is useless to us now.
And there they go, just like that. Ugh. So what do we do about this entry? Let Paimon see here. Warrior Spirit Sword Fighting Competition, hosted by the Ashuro Commission. Since it's being held at...
Traveler, Paimon, good to see you. Unfortunately, both the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato are out on business for the day. They are not here at the estate.
Oh, we're not here to see them today. Actually, we were hoping to ask about the Warrior Spirit Sword Fighting Exhibition. You know, the event being hosted by the Ashuro Commission.
Ah, so the Traveler wants to enter the competition too. I'm terribly sorry, but we were flooded with applicants and all the entry tickets were already issued last week. But if you want tickets to see the final exhibition match, I'll see what I can do. Perhaps I can get you some.
Oh, no. Let us explain. We were able to get our hands on an entry ticket today, but we haven't decided whether or not to participate. We wanted to get some info about it first. From the sound of it, this competition is really popular.
Indeed. Warrior Spirit is a competition with a rich history in Inazuma. Not only is it a good opportunity for martial artists to test their strength, but it is also a form of honor.
This is sort of like that
The Almighty Shogun hopes to
fighting
use this
competition that
opportunity to spread the elegance of the
what's
art
her
of the
name
sword
put
to more
on.
people. The upcoming competition has introduced many new formats to appeal to a wide variety of spectators. Traveler, since you already have an entry ticket, you should enter the competition. It is a rare opportunity after all. By the way, given you've only heard about the competition today, you probably don't know yet, but Miss Kamisato just...
Why hesitate when faced with such a great opportunity? If you're not honored to be a part of Warrior Spirit, there's no need for you to hold on to that entry ticket. There are plenty of others who are eager to enter.
What are you saying, Hirotatsu? That's not how we speak to our guests.
I don't mean any insult, Madarame. On the contrary, I would love to see the Traveler in action. Everyone here has heard of you. Even Miss Kamisato thinks highly of you. I always assumed you'd be someone we'd all look up to. But now it seems everything we heard were nothing more than rumors.
Excuse me?
And as for your swordsmanship, well, I'm sure it's mediocre at best. Otherwise, you wouldn't hesitate even for a second about joining the competition.
Excuse me? You
Traveler
want
is a
fight?
family. Besides, spirit and swordsmanship can also be displayed other ways besides competitions.
Can you believe this guy? That makes two groups of people talking down to us on the same day! Ugh, there's nothing Paimon hates more than people underestimating the Traveler when they don't even know it! But this Hirotatsu guy doesn't even know you! How can he say that you lack spirit and ability? Oh, that's it! Paimon's mad now! Oh, he deserves an ugly nickname like... oh, not the sharpest samurai!
You can run your mouth all you like, but
Whoa!
something that can be proven with words.
Bro!
I, Hiratatsu, am a true warrior. And don't
Okay,
need
this
to
dude wants to
brag
fight.
to make a name for myself.
Can I fight him, just him?
I'll take my leave now.
I apologize about
Nah,
Hiratatsu.
I'm killing him.
He's
Fuck
the
this
type
dude.
of person that tends to just say whatever comes to his mind.
Does that mean you're entering the competition? Great! Paimon approves! Show not the sharpest samurai that you're the real deal!
The competition starts on Rito in 2 days. I didn't get a chance to tell you just now, but Miss Kamisato left for Rito today to discuss competition
Oh, really? In that case, let's go meet at...
These people really want to fucking fight me.
Ayaka! Chisato!
Traveler Paimon, nice to see you again. Welcome back to Inazuma.
Nice to see you too, Ayaka! Actually, we've decided to enter the Warrior Spirit sword fighting exhibition. We heard you two were making preparations on Rito, so we thought we'd come and check things out.
What a coincidence! We just finished talking about the Archon's emissary and whether the Traveler would be interested in the exhibition. And now here you are.
The Archon's emissary? What's that?
Oh, you've never heard of it? Didn't you come rushing back to Inazuma because of Miss Ayaka's letter?
Letter? What letter?
Never mind that now. Paimon, you were asking about the Archon's emissary?
Yeah, what's that?
The Archon's emissary has a special responsibility in the Warrior Spirit event. However, it's hard to describe without touching on the origins of this event. Warrior Spirit originated from ancient Inazuman legends. It is said that a long time ago, the martial artist who was crowned champion would be granted the special honor of meeting and engaging in a sword duel with the Almighty Shogun. However, the Almighty Shogun was far more powerful than any human being. In a direct confrontation, the duel would be over in an instant. Therefore, the Almighty Shogun would send one of her familiars as an emissary to the martial artist, who would then provide assistance and protection in the fight against the Shogun. Because the Almighty Shogun decided to convey her skills and the will to protect the citizens of Inazuma through the form of martial arts, the duel was then aptly named Warrior Spirit. Later, the event evolved into a competition that focused on the art of swordsmanship, and the tradition of a duel with the divine has been retained as the final exhibition match of the competition. This final match allows later generations to understand the origin of warrior spirit and the meaning of martial arts.
Whoa. Sounds like a pretty important event.
Yes, nowadays the Almighty Shogun won't attend the exhibition match in person, but she will still send a special envoy to fight on her behalf to display her divine strength. Of course, the role of the martial artist goes to the winner of the competition, and the divine familiar will be fulfilled by a true swordsman, a role also known as the Archon's emissary. This time, I will be fulfilling the role of the Archon's emissary.
Oh, so that's what this is all about. Paimon gets why this competition is so popular now. After all, Ayaka is popular among the citizens of Inazuma.
Paimon's right. Though the Shirasagi Himegimi attends some festival ceremonies from time to time, it's not often that we get to see her excellent swordsmanship up close. The Almighty Shogun said that this time we need to host a competition aimed at the public and recruit a powerful ambassador to promote it. With that in mind, Ayaka was appointed at— Oh, and by the way, this is Onodera from Yai Publishing House. He specializes in organizing events, and in addition, he proposed 2 strategies to increase the popularity of the competition.
Wow, those ideas sound pretty professional. But
Well, expanding the target audience means getting more people. Previously, competitors were required to be practitioners of one of Inazuma's schools of swordsmanship. However, some combat regulations have similarly been adjusted. weapons are no longer limited to one-handed swords. Any close-range weapon that meets the length and weight. As for increasing word of mouth, in my personal experience, that's right. In the past, if people can vote on one of the 4 seasonal styles.
Although voting won't begin until the day of the competition,
These plans are only possible because Miss Kamisato agreed to be the art.
No, not at all. It's an honor for me to have.
You flatter me, Miss Kamisato.
Traveler, Paimon, now that you're here,
That'd be great! Whoa! Now this is an arena!
this is the indoor training area for the Conjo Commission. It's thanks.
you're very welcome, Miss Ayaka. I'm only happy.
Ooh, Chisato, what's that over there?
Oh, that? Well, it's...
Traveler, do you have a moment to talk? Where should I begin? Ah, yes, that. Nothing slips by you. To be honest, I felt a little apprehensive when I first... I've been making public appearances ever since I was a child, but this is the first time I've ever acted as the ambassador for such an event. Not to mention wearing an extravagant outfit while participating in the past. Only the most skilled swordsmen of a reputable clan in Inazuma were qualified to be the Archon's emissary. I was worried that I might not be up to the task, so I wanted to write to you and ask for your advice at that time. Yes, I know. But that's probably why I didn't send the letter in the end. You've helped me many times before, and you've always lent me your ear when I speak about my troubles. But if I'm always turning to you for help, it almost feels like you're somehow besting me. Is it strange for a friend to think that way? Thank you. I was really delighted to learn that you also entered the competition.
Hey, Ayaka! Uh-huh? What were you two chatting about?
I was just saying that it's delightful to have the Traveler join the competition. Given his reputation in Inazuma, the competition is sure to be even more exciting.
Yep! Having the Traveler join will definitely heat things up a little.
Paimon's right. I look forward to seeing you perform.
It's getting late and Miss Chisato and I must return now. The two of you should have a good rest for the...
Thanks, you two!
Okay.
I summon!
This moment will be frozen in time.
Right, Pip?
Useless.
By royal decree!
Fuck. Okay. That was weird. Oh, what the fuck? Dude, I legitimately thought that was my door. I literally thought that was my door. I literally went to my door, opened it, and I thought it was... Dude, what the fuck? Thank you, Anonymous, for the knocking 750 bits. I appreciate that. I literally thought that was my door. I'm like, who's knocking at my door? Olin, why am I not surprised it was you? Like, why am I not surprised in the least?
Oz, reveal thyself!
Frostbite.
If I actually went to my door. What up, Tolk buddy? What's up, man? How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing well, my dude. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, fucking bet. Wait, no.
Midnight Phantasmagoria!
Beautiful, that's what I wanted.
Boba, get them!
Get out of my way!
Oh, speaking of that, I got a wish. I got one of these too? I didn't even realize. To my dad.
Ad Astra. Thank you for Ad Astra.
Alright, how many do I need for Rosaria? Oh, let's see if I fight it once. Cool. So let's go here real quick, fight this, fight them real quick. I'm out of food. Awfully quickly. Let's trade off Kaya's not going to do any help here. Let's trade off for
justice.
So I need this 1v1.
Nice and spicy.
Oh wow.
You have a job for me?
I would need to fight them 2 more times. Okay. So for the time being on that one. Actually, where is she currently at? She's getting there. She's getting there. Okay. Let's head back here. Get some health going. And now let's head back to Sumeru. to start back on the Archon quests. I love those things.
Ah, it's you two. I was just about to go look for you.
Huh? Tighnari, what are you doing here? Where's Kale?
I came to check on Kale's condition. To put it simply, she's not well.
You mean she's sick? How could she be... Oh, wait a minute. Could it be because of what Paimon did yesterday?
No need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. This sickness is something that Kale has been dealing with for some time. Kale has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. A little too much so, to be honest. She hasn't remembered to take care of herself. I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone she considered a friend for some time now. It must have been refreshing for her to have you two here.
So, Tighnari, what's really wrong with Kale?
Let's take this conversation elsewhere. Kale just fell asleep after taking her medicine. She needs some peace and quiet.
Mm-hmm. Oh, bastard.
All right, let's continue our conversation here, shall we? To be honest, I hadn't realized that you're that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Kale told me just now. I've also heard all about your deeds in Liyue and Inazuma. So, just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Kale is not because of who you are or your past feats. Instead, I am going to tell you because... well, because Kale asked me to. And honestly speaking, I was against Kale revealing her past to you. But she insisted, saying you two treated her with sincerity and as a friend. So now she wishes to reciprocate the gesture.
So, Tighnari, what exactly is wrong with Kale? You said this is something she's been dealing with for some time. Just how serious is it?
Right. Ever since she was a child, she's been afflicted with a disease called Elazar.
Elazar?
Yes, it's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is characterized by dark and hardened scales that form on the body. At first, the afflicted may only feel mild numbness on the affected area of the skin. However, as the disease progresses, one may begin feeling fatigued and even experience peripheral paresthesia. In its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability to control their own body, and they effectively become completely immobile.
That sounds terrifying. Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to be acting a little clumsy earlier, it was because...
Correct. That would be the effects of Elazar, which is precisely why I do not want her carrying or holding anything, lest she ends up hurting herself. With appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more serious stage. However, there is unfortunately still no true cure for Elazar. Nevertheless, Kale's mother still hoped that there was something out there, She handed Kale over to an organization known as the Fatui after one of their members
No.
and said they had a cure.
What? The Fatui?
Ah, it appears you're already familiar with them. That'll save me some explanation. Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Kale and brought her to me for care said that she had been given to a harbinger known as the Doctor. I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was completely stable for all the years that Kale was with them. However, Kale's days with the Fatui were anything but pleasant. Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful, but her experience with the Fatui
Why am I
has
not
left deep
surprised?
scars. Even now, she can still feel deathly afraid of someone touching her.
Oh, Paimon had no idea Kale's been through so much suffering.
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday. She also wanted both of you to know that she's sorry for hiding her illness.
She doesn't need to apologize. None of this is her fault at all.
Well said. I hope you'll get a chance to tell her that in person the next time you see her. Kale once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust that you two will never let my trainee experience such emotional pain again.
No.
Don't worry, Tainari. We'll take good care of her.
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, which is what led to her breakdown this time. As long as she has taken her medicine and gets plenty of rest, she should get better. Though, I must admit that Kale's condition was much more stable when she first arrived here in Gandharvaville. She was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw us. I could see that she was serious about learning, so I felt compelled to ask her to join us. Her stamina has gotten much worse recently. Though a moderate amount of physical exercise is always necessary, I'm afraid the long-distance patrols are a little too much for her now. Alright, now that I've told you about Kale's past, I think I'll head into the rainforest to find some ingredients needed for her medicine. I'll see you two later.
Yeah, we'd like to do something to help Kale too.
Alright, but I must warn you two. The rainforest is a dangerous place, especially for someone who's still recovering like the Traveler. You must follow closely and listen to every instruction.
Fam, I just fought Ruin Guards and Hilly Trolls in this condition, fam.
Plant known as
Bruh.
Lotus. It's often used to help those afflicted with Elazar recover their energy.
Today's the opening ceremony for the Warrior Spirit Swordfighting Exhibition. Come on, let's head to the arena. Hey, Tainari, where exactly are we going to find this plant?
Melotpala lotuses can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct. Melotpala lotus grows in the water. When fully mature, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species, if you ask me. The large petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower. You should note that many of the plants found in Sumeru have names that are contrary to their species. Take the Kalpalata, for example. The plant is not a lotus at all, but rather a vine. And then there's the Sumeru rose, which is not a rose, completely contrary to its name.
Oh, okay then. Note to Paimon, never bring up the topic of flowers with Tainari.
Useless.
There should be Melotpala lotuses growing somewhere in this area. If you could manage to gather 4 of them, that would be sufficient. We'll rendezvous here once you've gathered... Let me take a look. Good, very good. I'm quite glad you two came along. Your exploration experience helped save me a lot of time here. It seems we even have enough time to stock up on some other things.
Hey, Tainari!
Oh, Tainari, someone's calling your name. They're dressed like a forest ranger.
Ah yes, that's Amir and the others. But didn't they just set off not too long ago? Let's go find out what's going on.
Tainari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharvaville.
What's going on?
We just discovered a withering zone.
The Withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already cleared just a week ago. It reappeared so quickly. Can you tell me the exact location?
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire narrow part of the valley area, so we decided to come find you as quickly as possible.
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get a clear enough view to tell.
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading, so we didn't risk getting any closer.
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision. I'll go deal with it right away. In the meantime, please guide these two back to Gandharvaville.
Wait, Tainari, why don't you let us help you?
You two have only just arrived in Sumeru. You're still unfamiliar with many things in these lands. There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru rainforest. It's called the Withering.
Got that.
The affected areas not only cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also lethal to wildlife and even people. If you don't carry a vision, then you should think twice before approaching such places.
Yes, Amir is absolutely right. I wasn't kidding when I said the rainforest is a dangerous place. As Amir said, only someone with a vision, that is, the power to manipulate elements, will be able to resist the Withering's corrosive effects for a time.
That's right. If any of the forest rangers without a vision come across a withering zone, we first make a record of the location and then have a ranger with the proper abilities deal with it, like Tainari here. Only someone with a vision can venture within a withering zone and find a way to deal with it. But you don't seem to carry a vision.
Don't worry, he may not have a vision, but he's a real pro at using the power of the elements.
It seems the rumors about you are true. In that case, all right, we typically only teach visitors how to identify the Withering as they're about to leave Gandharvaville. We'll make an exception today. And Stop. Don't move any further. Look there in the distance.
Huh? Where? Oh, look! Those plants have withered! That whole area is kinda gloomy. Even the air looks like it's filled with ash. Oh, Paimon doesn't like the look of this.
That is the Withering. All right, Traveler. We're going to have to enter that Withering zone. Once inside, we'll need to look for what we call tumors of the Withering. If we eliminate those, then Thank you. But I must warn you. Don't push yourself. Even with elemental powers, once you step inside the Withering zone, you may experience extreme discomfort. If at any point it becomes too much... You ready then? Let's go.
Deal.
First, we must locate any branches sustaining the Withering zone.
Useless.
Get them!
No, my sword. Useless.
Disappear!
Nice and spicy!
Useless. Boring.
By royal decree!
No rest for the wicked.
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tumor.
Oz, reveal the...
Now, destroy the tumor of the withering!
As you wish, mein Fräulein.
We did it! Everything's returning to normal now!
Yes, thanks to you two. We were able to quickly restore this area.
Tainari? You make it sound like we did well, but why does Paimon have the feeling you're worried about something?
It's that obvious, huh? Alright, it's like this. Recently, the rate at which the withering zone appears has been increasing. Even though we were able to quickly clear that withering zone, it won't be long before another one appears. If that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's far more severe than that. The withering is leaving. For instance, even though we cleared out the withering zone, many of the plants that were affected will not recover. This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants in the rainforest, and most disturbingly, as the appearances of withering zones have started to increase, Kale's case of
Huh? Well, why is that?
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received word from acquaintances at the academia that similar cases are being... No, none that we know of. The withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia. It's said that it originates from the depths of the world. By the way, have you heard of Irminsul before? Irminsul is a tree located deep beneath the surface. Although it isn't like any tree we know in a biological sense, you can basically think of it as a large tree that grows downwards rather than upwards. I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading and ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled into Irminsul, allowing it to collect knowledge and wisdom from ancient times to present day. The Dendro Archon is known as the God of Wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. It is also said that the Dendro Archon's power is a manifestation of Irminsul. And as for the Withering, its emergence is related to a disease that's affecting it. That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukadevata's familiars a long time ago. But even those mysterious creatures did not know of a cure for Irminsul. I'm afraid we Rangers will be battling the Withering Zones here for a long time until a cure is found. Alright, that's enough on this topic for the time being. Now that we've taken care of things...
Oh, Tainari, you all made it back. How did it go?
The Withering Zone you reported has been taken care of. No need to worry. Huh. Wait, is that... Oh no, Hypatia!
Huh? What's wrong, Tainari?
This Duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you? She's the scholar you and Paimon were following when you first arrived in Sumeru.
Oh, her? How could we forget? So did something happen?
Let me see what's written in the letter first. Oh...
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Just let Paimon read it. Huh? All Paimon sees are 3 squiggly lines.
Yes, allow me to explain. After we brought you from Hypatia's cave to Gandharvaville, she must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat, and it appears she's forgotten to prepare some rations. This letter is her asking us for help. We need to go.
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days? Hey, wait, how did you know all that from just a few lines on the paper?
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Last time she drew 5 lines, and by the time we found her... Well, I'd prefer not to remember that. Needless to say, Hypatia's been through worse, but we should still get to her as quickly as possible. I've got some emergency rations set aside for times like these. Paimon, Traveler...
Wait, you want us to bring her the rations? But will the Traveler be okay if her king...
Let's find out. Here, Traveler, take a smell and see. So, how do you feel?
Huh? Really? You're not feeling even a little drowsy? But wait, how'd you know that he'd be okay this time, Tainari?
Back when we were clearing the Withering Zone, I observed that he could adeptly manipulate the Dendro element. I knew then that he would be fine. And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsul's ley lines, was what I described similar at all to what you saw while you were unconscious? That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all. Though I don't intend to apologize for deceiving you. Because what you saw is of significant importance. Not just for the nation of Sumeru, but the entire world of Tevat. My forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have earned my confidence, and I no longer feel the need to hide any secrets from you. When you passed out, your consciousness had connected directly with Irminsul. What you witnessed were actually real memories contained... I could try to tell you more, but it would be better if you went to ask Hypatia instead. Her focus on meditation...
That sounds nice and all, but will she really help us? Seriously.
That was because when you ran into her, she was in a special phase of her training. During that time, she must avoid Please, wait here for a moment.
I'm seriously just waiting here. You couldn't like fast forward this?
Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for Hypatia, as well as some other ingredients. I'm sure it'll come in handy. Also, here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. Just show it to her and she'll answer any questions you may know. I should be the one thanking you. You've both been a great help these last few days.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing. Hello? Hypatia? Hey, there's nobody here. Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around the area.
The hell?
There you are! Hypatia, are you alright?
So hungry. Need water.
There's no way we can get her to eat in her current condition. Huh? Wait, why does it look super foggy outside all of a sudden? Huh? How'd things out here end up looking like this? What happened? And where are we? Really? Oh.
reverse.
The hell? Shit! Oh my god. Swear to God, Olin. No, God freaking damn it. The hell kind of freaking domain is this?
What in Tibet is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute. Hey, what's the matter? You don't look so good.
You've got to be kidding me, man.
Well. Looks like we meet again, traveler.
Samus Herald! What are you planning to do in this strange place?
Strange place. Plotting.
Shadow Raven! Let night fall! No, my sword! Witness the power of Goodbye! You're toast! Useless! Huh? Why can't we beat this guy? Oh, Paimon doesn't get it! We faced others like him before! What's wrong this time?
Traveler. Though you may have managed to avert countless crises before, your good fortune was bound to end sooner or later. It's time you realize how weak and powerless you really are. Your sister. Oh, pitiful traveler. Her Highness has long since forsaken you. Your meager existence in her eyes is that of an annoying bug, only to be stepped upon.
How rude.
The bonds of love and family which drive you to find your sibling are utterly gone. Your journey is meaningless. But don't you fret now. Today will...
Huh?
What do we do? We haven't seen Hypatia anywhere out here.
Huh?
Oh, there she is! Quick, let's see how she's doing.
So sweet.
Well, the good news is that she's still conscious. Hey, why'd you drop her food on the floor like that? Are you okay? That's really not like you. Anyways, we can talk about this later. We better make sure she's alright first. Whoa! Wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around her. We can put that to good use.
Who is there? Tainari, is that you? Huh?
It's okay. You can relax, Hypatia. Tainari sent us here to bring you some food and water. Here, we have a letter that he asked us to give you.
I see. So, you're friends of Tainari. I apologize for all the trouble I've caused you. I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me. You even brought all this fruit.
Well, actually, we didn't bring the fruit. It was already here when we arrived. We were kind of wondering about that, actually. When we found you here, there was all this fruit lying around and even some juice dripping from your lips. How did you end up like this anyway?
Oh, really? I seem to understand now. All the fruit was likely from my, neighbor. Must have come by and saw me like this.
Your neighbor? You mean there's someone else living nearby?
Oh? So you're able to see them too?
Wait, hold on a second, Traveler. You say that before we arrived, you saw some mysterious creature and suddenly had a strange dream? Isn't that a little too crazy to believe?
No, I actually do believe what the traveler is saying. I myself had a similar experience once before and ended up scaring my timid little neighbor here. You needn't worry. They mean you no harm. They only dragged you into the dream because they hoped to buy themselves a little time in order to scurry away.
So, Hypatia, just what kind of creature is your neighbor exactly?
I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest. But I do know that they have some sort of deeper connection with the Dendro Archon. I know this because the first time I saw them was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection with Irminsul. Even after I opened my eyes and stopped meditating, my heart was still pounding, and my mind was racing with all the knowledge that I had touched. And at that very moment, I suddenly noticed a small figure at the opening of the cave. In my curiosity, I began to walk over to the creature. They must have already been used to me living in the cave, because they didn't seem to mind me approaching them. They just kept doing whatever they were up to. It wasn't until I crouched down next to them that they suddenly realized that I could see them.
Oh, and then?
And then I had a dream. By the time I came to, they were nowhere to be seen. I was convinced they'd never show up again. But sure enough, I saw them nearby a few days later. And they weren't alone. I feel like they aren't as afraid of me as the first time I approached them. But I never would have expected them to— Yes, no doubt about that. By the way, Tainari mentioned in his letter that you had questions for me regarding Irminsul. Sorry about that. Sounds like just drinking juice still isn't quite enough for my stomach.
Well, if somebody hadn't dropped the food earlier... Anyway, looks like we'll need to prepare something ourselves. Besides, Paimon's getting hungry too. Let's eat first and talk about Irminsul later. Alright, we're up, Traveler. Today's menu will feature sweet madame and a radish veggie soup. You'll love them, Hypatia. They're our specialties after all.
Sounds good. I've never tried any dishes.
Let's use the empty box that Tainari gave. Oh, it smells...
How do I pick this thing up? Oh. So it just stops? It's a one-time fucking use.
Are you already finished?
I'm mad.
Even though everything you mentioned was in Tainari's letter, it's still hard to believe you were able to connect with Irminsul immediately after smelling Spiritborn Ale for the first time. It took me nearly 3 years before I could do so, and everyone at the Academia even lauded me as a genius. You should know that some researchers spent their entire lives without ever successfully connecting with Irminsul as you have.
So why does this incense allow people to connect to Irminsul?
The ingredients used to make Spiritborn Ale primarily consist of plants created by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. These special ingredients are conducive to heightening our senses to the Dendro Archon's power. Since the root of the Dendro Archon's power lies within Irminsul, we can occasionally tap into her powers to peer into the depths of the earth. Naturally, anyone who can establish a connection with Irminsul in their first ever attempt must be a person of great understanding.
Makes sense. But Paimon's got a question. Why was he sensitive to the smell of those plants for such a long time?
That was primarily due to his body's unique constitution. Stimulated by the incense, he could perceive the Dendro Archon's power and experienced a sensory overload, hence the adverse reactions. Taking in any scent similar to the ingredients of Spiritborn Ale would cause adverse effects. Not to worry though, it appears you've already fully recovered. Technically, your body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendro Archon, but unless you're using intentional meditation techniques, the scent of Spiritborn Ale should no longer trigger such reactions.
Whew. Well, that's a relief.
I must admit, I am quite envious of your abilities. Even if it meant suffering from pounding headaches for the rest of my life, I'd consider it worthwhile so long as I could connect with Irminsul at will.
Whoa, you're really serious about this whole thing, aren't you?
I am a researcher after all. As a member of the Ritaoist Darshan at the Academia, my main area of research is the stars and their connection to the fate of living beings. But there is still so much we don't know, especially regarding the mysteries that lie in the starry skies. Which is why I must turn to the all-knowing Irminsul for answers. If only my perception wasn't so limited. Unfortunately, I cannot guarantee that my every attempt to attune with Irminsul will be successful, or that doing so will leave my consciousness intact. I am currently in the stage of training known as Satyavada life. Many researchers in Sumeru have lost their minds while seeking to attune with Irminsul during this stage. Sages have said that Irminsul contains divine knowledge, and touching such knowledge without the proper preparations and abilities will only lead to one's mind caving in on itself. That's why we meditate alone. We need to ensure that our minds will be calm while minimizing the possibility of involving anyone else.
Whoa, so knowledge from Irminsul could be super dangerous. Don't you ever feel afraid of the risk, Hypatia?
Of course I do. Especially during nights that are pitch black with no moonlight, and dead silent without even the sound of insects. However, I've been feeling better as of late. I don't get as scared anymore knowing that I have a little neighbor living nearby. I believe that being able to see them is a sort of blessing from the Dendro Archon. But what's strangest of all is that they're clearly an envoy of the God of Wisdom herself, and they have the curious power to make people dream.
What's so strange about that? It doesn't doesn't sound so out of place for a divine being, does it?
Well, it's strange because nearly nobody in Sumeru can ever dream.
Oh, is that true?
Yes, well, to an extent. The sages say that wisdom implies rationality, but that which occurs in dreams, yes. If one, the fact that the people of Sumeru, I was born into I studied hard, but then, it was incredible.
I'm getting so ridiculous
Back
done with all
then,
this chatting.
I would,
So, do you have any thoughts about the...
sorry, I'm afraid, world forget me. What could that possibly, if you two are ever in the area again, there's no need to be thanking me. You two are my...
Now that we know Hypatia is alright, and had the chance to ask her some questions...
Think about it, Tainari. Refusing to join is tantamount to burying your head in the sand. I understand that you're a forest watcher, and that it's your duty to combat the effects of withering zones. But isn't it evident that such work is not a lasting solution to the problem? As Sage Kage clearly stated, your presence and guidance in Sumeru City is pivotal in finding a cure for Irminsul. How could you possibly refuse?
Keep your emotions in check, Gulam. Let's at least listen to Tainari's reason for declining. We're here to invite him to the Academia, not to cause a scene.
Sage Kage, I am truly honored that you came here in person, but I'm afraid I must still decline your invitation. I am merely a forest watcher. How could the great minds of the Haravatat have any need of someone like me?
Well, it turns out that your refusal letter had some implications on your master's reputation. He is a renowned sage of the Immorta, after all. So now I've come here in his stead.
I see. Huh. And I figured that given his temper, he would come here and berate me personally.
Tainari, your master is an integral part of this effort, and now he requires your assistance.
And what exactly does my master need of me, Sage Kage?
You'll know once you've arrived in Sumeru City, that is.
And how long will I be required to stay?
There's no definite answer as of now.
Do you mean to tell me that despite coming all the way here to Gandharvaville, you still can't answer the questions I laid out in the letter to my master? If that's the case, then I'm afraid I cannot give you a definite answer either.
Tainari, but you...
So be it. Come, Gulam, we're leaving.
Uh-oh.
Tainari, what was that all about?
It's nothing. Some people from the Academia wanted me to go to Sumeru City to assist them with a project, but I had to refuse on account of all my responsibilities here. But all that can wait. How did things go with Hypatia?
It was quite the eventful trip, but the main thing is that she's safe and sound. She answered a bunch of questions for us, too.
Very good. Now that the traveler has made a full recovery, there shouldn't be any reason for you to tarry here longer. I assume you will be heading to Sumeru City, correct?
That's right. We want to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali and ask her for advice. Do you have any idea on how we can find her?
Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have any advice for you there.
Well, do you at least know anyone we can try asking in Sumeru City?
Let me think. My trips to Sumeru City have been fairly short, and most of my acquaintances are researchers. How about this? I'll write you a letter of introduction that you can give to a researcher I know. He's from the Amorta Darshan and is adept at gathering information. Asking him might prove worthwhile. Also, when you enter Sumeru City, you'll probably end up receiving something like this item here. I'm not sure if it will ever come in handy for you, but maybe you can give it a try.
Oh? What is it?
It's called an Akasha Terminal. It's a tool produced by the Academia that utilizes the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. Some say that this very item is the basis of Sumeru's reputation as the City of Wisdom. Needless to say, this device and its usage fall under the Academia's expertise, so I'll leave it to them to show you how to use it.
Great! Next up, Sumeru City! Oh, but wait, before that. That's right! Tainari, we have something important to say to Kale before we leave. Is she doing better now?
Yes, she's doing much better. After being confined to her bed all this time, I thought a little walk would do her some good. Last I saw her, she was taking the path towards the North Crossing. She knew you two would be leaving soon, so she must have wanted to see you off.
Thanks, Tainari. All right, let's go!
Farewell, and good luck to you both.
I've been waiting for you two. Never mind. I guess I should just wish you two a safe and successful journey.
Thanks for waiting here just to see us off, Kale. We're headed to Sumeru City.
Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself. My condition won't be getting in the way of my duties. I want to be a forest ranger after all. It's up to me and the others to protect the rainforest here. And, I'm sorry. I should have told you both about my condition when we first met. I just wanted you two to treat me as a normal friend, not some girl that needs your sympathy. But I guess now I understand that the most important thing is for friends to be genuine with one another.
There's no need to apologize, Kale. We should be thanking you for trusting us enough to be your friends and sharing your past with us. We're probably still gonna worry about your condition, but that's because we're friends and we care about you.
Thank you. That means a lot. Before you leave...
Oh? What is it?
It's my recipe for pita pockets. I give you
Yes.
a copy, remember?
Yay! Thanks, Kale.
I hope that whenever you eat them, you'll both work well then. I, trainee Forest Ranger Kale, bid you both farewell. Please visit Gandharvaville again.
What? The hell?
There's quality here.
By royal decree.
Worthless!
Wait.
Got it! No rest.
Oz revealed by...
Here!
There's quality here. reduced to just standing around. How absurd.
Sumeru City! We finally made it! Oh, did you see that? When those people entered the city, something on their heads lit up.
One moment, please, you two. It appears this is your first time visiting Sumeru City.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But how did you know that?
Because there's currently no information on either of you in the Akasha. But no need to worry, that won't prevent you from entering the city. In fact, the Academia conveniently provides each traveler to Sumeru City with a device. Perhaps you two have heard of the Akasha before. It's our beloved Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's lasting legacy, a treasure trove of collected knowledge. After centuries of tireless research on the Akasha, the Academia created one of its most ingenious inventions, the Akasha Terminal. As long as you are within Sumeru's borders, you may use an Akasha terminal to connect directly to the Akasha and access any knowledge you need. I should mention that due to technical limitations, the operation of Akasha terminals will be much smoother and more effective in large cities such as Sumeru City and Port Ormos.
Oh, so this is the thing that Tainari was telling us about. It sounds pretty amazing.
You two are quite fortunate. Until recently, it was standard practice to only issue Akasha terminals to outlanders who spent an extended amount of time in Sumeru. However, this policy was recently changed, and now all travelers are issued one upon arrival. Here are your Akasha terminals. Please handle them with care.
It kinda looks like a leaf.
To activate it, simply hold it in your hand and say the following phrase to yourself. May the mighty God bless us with their voice of wisdom.
Oh, since this little doodad lets you access knowledge, maybe we can use it to find a way to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali. Let's give it a try. Ahem. May the mighty God bless us with their Whoa! Just now, something clicked, and Paimon suddenly knew how to use this thing. It seems all we need to do is concentrate on what we want to know, and bam! You get it. Oh, that'll come in real handy.
Exactly. That is the power of the Akasha.
That's
And with
interesting.
that, let me officially welcome you both to Sumeru City. May the wisdom of the Dendro Archon always be your guide.
Okay, now that we're in, we can check the Akasha about Lesser Lord Kusanali. Let Paimon try. 500 years ago, the sages found a newly born deity from within some scorched ruins. The deity now resides in the city of Suristana. Seems pretty similar to what Kali was telling us. Okay, next, let's concentrate on asking how to meet her. Huh? Oh, come on! Ugh. Focusing on this question feels like when you have something you're trying to remember and it's on the tip of your tongue, but you just can't think of it. Ugh, Paimon's brain is exhausted. Oh, smart idea. But what are you going to ask it? Huh. Could it be because we're Outlanders and we've only just arrived in Sumeru? You know, maybe we're not... You too? Uh-oh. Paimon's getting all teary-eyed all of a sudden. Well, seems no matter which way we try, we can't find anything that'll lead us to Lesser. He's from Sumeru and even has a position in the Academia. Maybe... Let's see. Tainari wrote an address on the letter's envelope. Oh, it's not far from the
Watch
city's
out for
gate.
pickpockets.
Let's head over. Hello, are you Rohawi?
Yes, that's me. Can I help you?
Great! You see, Tainari sent us here and...
What? Tainari? Please, there's no need to say anything, really. Sure, I admit that the article I published last month wasn't my best work, and maybe the data didn't produce the most convincing results, but...
Here! This is a letter from Tainari!
Oh, let me see... Oh! Ooh, what a relief. You two nearly scared the life out of me. So, you two just have some questions for me? Seems even Tainari acknowledges my innate ability for procuring information. So, what is it you two would like to know?
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know a way we can do that?
You mean you want to meet the Dendro Archon herself? This isn't exactly my area of expertise, but let me see what I can find in the Akasha. Sorry, the Akasha didn't respond to my query.
What? You too? But what about your abilities for getting information and all that? Paimon was sure you'd be able to access more info than we did.
Well, as I said, this isn't my area of expertise. I am but a lowly researcher, so the Akasha doesn't see a need for me to know more about the Dendro Archon. All I know is that ever since Lesser Lord Kusanali returned to Sumeru, she's never left the Sanctuary of Sorasthana or made a public appearance.
Huh. Didn't expect her to be such a mysterious figure.
The Dendro Archon is somewhat of a recluse. Perhaps she just doesn't want to entertain visitors, which would explain the lack of information in the Akasha.
Makes sense.
But then what can we do?
No need to worry just yet. I'm only hypothesizing here. You could certainly try asking around and see if anyone else has ideas. And besides, you two should consider the bright side of things. Not being able to see Lesser Lord Kusanali may not be a bad thing. In this world, there will always be information you cannot obtain from the Akasha and things you can never accomplish. Knowing when to yield is a form of wisdom. Take me, for example. It's a miracle if my brain cells can spit out one paper every 3 years. But Tainari? That guy can publish 3 papers in just a single year.
Okay. Thanks for your advice.
Don't mention it. If you two ever want information about things like who's been promoted within the academia or relations between the 6 great sages, come find me. Hey, come on! This is a survival skill at the academia.
Oh, Paimon's expectations were pretty low, so what do we do now? Even if we want to talk to someone, we don't know anybody here. Huh? Like who? Oh, you're right! Catherine! The Adventurers Guild has its own intel network. Let's hurry and find her.
Oh no. Catherine!
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Hello, Traveler in Paimon.
Catherine, we need your help with something.
Understood. The Adventurers Guild is always ready to serve you. With what do you require assistance?
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know a way we can do that?
You two wish to meet with Sumeru's Archon. Understood. Please wait.
Hmm?
I apologize, but I am unable to call up any relevant information in the Akasha. I'm also unable to locate any pertinent information in my personal memory.
Aww, another dead end. Well,
please do not worry. I may know of someone who, in Sumeru, the Adventurers Guild does not serve as the vanguard of information. Rather, there are numerous active mercenary groups. They take on various contracts and work all across Sumeru. An Eremite brigade called the Corps of 30 is in charge of Sumeru City's defenses. Not only are they the
Corps of 30?
Supposedly, they are named Asfand, an advisor with the Corps of 30, maintains good relations. If you'd like to get in contact with him, you can find him at the Corps of 30. You're welcome. I wish you'd...
Alright, off to the Citadel of Razor we go!
Wait, what? Seriously?
Welcome. The Adventurers Guild told me to expect you two.
It's nice to meet you, Asfand. We'd like to ask you about something.
I see. So, Catherine's the one who sent you this way. Ha! It's true that the Eremites' network is vast, but even I can't help you meet the Dendro Archon.
Wait, seriously? That's it?
Afraid so. The Eremites aren't terribly religious, so we don't know much about divinities. As far as the Akasha goes, we can access even less than you. We originally came from the desert. The gods there died off long ago. Since those days, It isn't just us, though. If you ask me, I think most in
Oh? Why?
Just take the Academia, for example. They're the ones who truly rule Sumeru. Although they believe in gods, most of them only care for the late greater. In their eyes, she was the one who founded Sumeru. Because of the Academia's influence, most citizens are more familiar with greater... Not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali never make...
Really? Aww.
But who knows? We're all just guessing when it comes down to it.
Alright, well...
No problem.
Seems Asfand was right about most people's attitudes here. Not only are they not interested in the Dendro Archon, they even say stuff like, if the Akasha doesn't think I should know, then I don't need to know about it. We've been asking for information non-stop ever since we got to Sumeru. But the harder we try, the more helpless everything seems. Isn't there at least one person in this entire city who can—
Oh, you two are interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Huh? Who are you?
From the sound of it, you two are Outlanders who recently arrived here. You've been asking around for information on Lesser Lord Kusanali, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Dunyarzad, one of Lesser Lord Kusanali's faithful followers.
Whoa, really? Then do you know how we can meet with her?
I'm afraid I can't help you with that. But your conversation earlier did happen to remind me of a legend about the Dendro Archon. Sure, it goes like this. Long, long ago, there was a man who heard a prophecy. It predicted that a great calamity was about to befall him. Panicked by what he heard, the man sought out the Dendro Archon in hopes that she would bless him with the wisdom to help him escape his predicament. The man journeyed across deserts and through rainforests and experienced tribulations of every kind. However, he still couldn't find any trace of the Dendro Archon. In despair, he thought, alas, the Archon has abandoned me. He then had no choice but to sorrowfully resign to his fate.
Okay, and then what happened?
And then, the calamity came. But to his own surprise, the man felt somehow emboldened by the trials of his journey. By relying on his own strength, he managed to At that moment, a bird perched upon his shoulder. This bird was, in fact, an avatar of the Dendro Archon. She said, "O Archon Seeker, do you now understand? She and her wisdom have long been found by you. Along your journey, we were in every flower and blade of grass, every ray of..."
Yeah, thanks for the story! Paimon feels
in a way. It seems like this story is also one of the Dendro Archon's avatars.
Dunyarzad, since you worship Lesser Lord Kusanali, can you
I don't like this.
about her?
Of course. So did you two know that, I'm terribly sorry, but it seems something's come up now. Let's chat another day.
I knew it.
Hey, wait! What the heck just happened? It looks like they're searching for someone. This stinks! We finally made... Let's see if we can get rid of them.
Hey, have you two seen a brown-haired girl wearing a purple top and a long blue dress? We're looking for her.
Did she have bandages wrapped around her wrists?
Yes, that's her. Did you see which direction she went?
Yeah, she went that way.
Quick, after her!
That wasn't quick.
That's...
All right, guys. I think I'm gonna call it there for now. I still have to get up a little bit earlier tomorrow for some things, so yeah. Let's see, do I have enough to buy anything? I do not. I can buy some of this. Oh well. A lot of world quests again. Yeah, guys. All right, that's it with me today.
I wanna get you one more time. I really wanna cross